we're gonna make a, what I want to call it, a normal meal. It looks like a normal meal, but it's actually a bodybuilding friendly meal. So I'll call this the lean pasta mass dish because you can easily turn this into an off-season bulker by adding extra pasta, extra carbs to it, maybe extra few grams of fat. But I'm gonna show you guys today the variation of both, how to make it portioned to how you would need it for a prep meal versus how you would need it for an off-season meal. So we got Hogs & Mills whole wheat pasta. I do use Barilla Plus. You could use quinoa pasta or brown rice pasta if you're all your gluten scared people who are not gluten allergenic. But I like Hogs & Mills. It tastes better to me. It's just preference. It's one of my favorite pastas. We got fresh basil. We got 99% lean ground chicken breast. We got a key ingredient here to make this a lovely meal. Makes it taste like it's at an Italian restaurant eating out. Flavored olive oil. It's pesto infused olive oil. So pesto and basil go great together. And we got some Parmesan grated cheese. And people who are scared of cheese, watch before you get all upset. I mean, when you use Parmesan cheese on pasta, you don't use a cup of it. You use like a tablespoon. And a tablespoon of this has about 2 grams of fat. You're not gonna break the bank. And the amount of dairy in this, for those who are lactose intolerant, which I am a little bit too, this will be, you'll tolerate that fine. And we have spinach. And spinach, you know, it's not considered a major gas forming vegetable like cruciferous vegetables are, like broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts. So we're gonna take some spinach and wilt it down and mix it with the pasta, the ground chicken, the pesto olive oil, the basil, and the Parma cheese, and maybe a touch of salt. So we're gonna get going and get started. Like when you're cutting fresh herbs or you're trying to like dice things into something very small. When I was in my internship, the chef showed me that, you know, you take a couple leaves like this and you twist it and you fold it so it's a tight little niche like this. And obviously you're supposed to use, like, you know, a big chopping knife, but I like the serrated ones. Don't cut your fingers. The thing about making meals that are very tasty and still nutritious to deliver us everything that we need to for muscle growth or for fat burning is you got to be simple. Be simple. So like this is a very simple meal that's going to taste good. This is a key ingredient: pesto infused olive oils or garlic infused olive oils. Basil is a simple way to make it taste really good. We all know that when we make pasta dishes and you see ingredients on cookbooks that has like 50 ingredients. Like, keep it simple because bodybuilders, we eat so much food and we can't sit there and make like elaborate meals 5-6 times a day. It's just not feasible for our time. All right, so we finished this lean mass pasta meal. We could convert this meal to more of a mass builder by adding more carbs, a little more fats. I'm gonna go through the version of what I would need for my prep currently, right now. I tell people is the best thing to do when you make stuff like this and to keep it lasting longer, unless you don't plan to eat the whole thing for dinner for a family, is separate them. Pasta in one, meat in the other, veggies in the other. Basil separately. That way you can portion out what you need with what carbs, proteins, and fats into each bowl so you know exactly what you're eating. Plus, when you mix this all together, then you leave it in the fridge for 4 days, it gets kind of nasty, it gets kind of gross. So it's best to separate everything together. So we're gonna start with the carbs that we need. And I need about 90 grams of carbs, okay? So pastas can vary from 40 to 50 grams of carbs per cup cooked. We're splitting hairs. So we're gonna go with 1 cup we're gonna call it 45 grams of carbs. We're gonna go right in the middle number. So we're gonna fill the penne. It's a half cup. Half. Here's my 90 carbs. Now we're gonna put it on the food scale, weigh out the meat. I'm actually gonna need a bigger bowl. I need 8 ounces. Take some spinach. We're gonna mix the spinach. So I got my carbs, my meat, and the fat grams, I only have 4.5 grams of fat. So that's only a teaspoon. Put the teaspoon on there. Oh, it smells wonderful. I like salt. I'm just gonna do a touch of salt. And for all the people who are normal, who are not bodybuilders, so you're like a family, you're cooking down to eat, obviously to make this taste better, you add sauce. You add more olive oil than just a teaspoon, because a teaspoon's hardly gonna cover 2 cups of pasta and 8 ounces of meat. But for us, we're gonna add a bit of Parmesan cheese. Oh, Parmesan cheese is so good. And we'll just do a little bit at the top. Boom. And that is a lean mass pasta meal. This is exactly what I lose weight on. I know that's disturbing. If I wasn't going to lose weight in this, I'd probably add another cup of pasta and add maybe another 2 teaspoons of olive oil for off-season kind of stuff. It tastes much better that way. But this is healthy. Whole grains, 100% whole grain pasta. Got the fiber in there. Got a lean meat. We're adding spinach. Spinach is a power food. We got the olive oil, the monounsaturated fats, a little baby bit of touch of Parmesan cheese, marginal fat, 1.5 grams, 2 grams, to give it real strong flavor because Parmesan cheese is so strong. And then boom, it's ready to roll. Out.